Day 2 of the Stacy Clark Classic will see a matchup between the Kansas State Wildcats and the UCDavis Aggies. Good afternoon and happy Saturday. We welcome you live inside Holloway Gymnasium in West Lafayette, Indiana. I'm Craig Combs alongside my broadcast partner, Gavin Connolly. And Gavin, an exciting matchup. The Big West versus the Big 12 here this afternoon. And yesterday, Kansas State played the number 8th ranked Purdue Boilermakers, and Aaliyah Carter was electric. Aaliyah Carter, as you see the numbers across the line there, 21 kills, a 204 hit percentage, and 13 digs. She was absolutely electric for the Wildcats. On the other side of the court, Olivia Utterback, 18 kills, a 333 hit percentage, and 14 digs. She was incredible in UCDavis's victory over UMCB. As we take a look now at the starting lineups here this afternoon, first for the Kansas State Jayhawks, Utterback will be in the lineup as we wait for the lineups here as we get underway here. There they are: Aaliyah Carter, Meg Brown, Brenna Schmidt, Jordan Williams, Izzy Sholszewski, Liz Gregorski, and Ella Larkin round out the lineup for the Wildcats. As we now transition and take a look at their opponent's starting lineup for UCDavis on the other side of the court. Still waiting on those lineups here. We'll take a peek here. Reese Diersbach, Olivia Utterback, Allie Caldwell, Allie Chandler, Olivia Utterback, Jade Light, and Julia Ng round out the lineup for the Aggies. Starting lineups still getting underway here at Holloway Gymnasium. Again, we thank you for joining us here this afternoon on your screens here on Big Ten Plus. The Stacy Clark Classic becoming a huge staple in college volleyball to kick off a season, and it is no different here. 4 teams coming in this weekend, some competitive volleyball. You take a look there at the head coach of the Kansas State Wildcats, Jason Mansfield. Mansfield in his second season. Had a chance to speak with Jason earlier this afternoon during warmups and about last night's game, and Coach Mansfield said the team needs to be more diverse with their offense and not be so one-dimensional. Aaliyah Carter, as we mentioned, the high point last night offensively for the Wildcats, and they are going to need more than her here this afternoon. The UCDavis Aggies in the navy blue tops and blue shorts. The Wildcats in the white tops and the black shorts. And we are ready to play some volleyball here in West Lafayette, Indiana. So we are going to get underway here. Game 1 of 2 that you will have here on your screens on Big Ten Plus here this afternoon. The Wildcats will start things off and send things away. Liz Gregorski to get us underway. Off the tape, but played by the Aggies and kept alive. Into the net is called, so the first point of the matchup goes to the Kansas State Wildcats. They look to build off of that here on a 1-0 lead. They struggled last night against Purdue. Purdue was able to run off a couple of really nice rallies against the Wildcats. We'll see if they can change that here against the Aggies today. Off the block, set, and into the block of the Aggies is Meg Brown, and the block stands tall, so the Aggies will get their first point of the matchup, and the possession will change hands.
Yeah, Meg Brown, a transfer from Pepperdine University, 1 of 3 in the starting lineup for the K-State Wildcats today.
Back to serve for UCDavis is Allie Caldwell, the San Carlos, California native from Sequoia High School. That's not going to get over the net, so the first service error of the matchup, and the ball will be back in the court of the Wildcats. Now back to serve for Kansas State is Ella Larkin. Larkin with 2 aces in yesterday's matchup against the Boilermakers. Larkin transferred from Louisiana State University. Olivia Utterback, a name that you're going to hear a lot of here in this matchup. Her first kill of the match. She had a huge game yesterday. 18 kills, 2 aces, 5 blocks, and 14 digs, and she's starting early here today.
Yeah, she was the 2023 All Big West Conference Player of the Year, and already on the preseason Big West team, showing that she's the biggest player on this team.
Nice response there for Kansas State. Brenna Schmidt getting her first kill of the matchup. She had 3 blocks in the game against Purdue yesterday. Starting it off hot here today. We talked to Jason Mansfield. I mentioned Mansfield said they need to be more diverse with their offense. They've been diverse here early on. Sent away, an errant ball, but Davis is still able to play it over the net. Set by Shoshevsky. On the slide, Williams wasn't able to get it down. Into the K-State block, and Aaliyah Carter says, "That's mine, I'll take that one." The first block of the matchup for Carter. She gives the ball back to her teammates. Taking a look at that one, a beautiful swing there, and Aaliyah Carter, you don't want to get her going. All sent away. Set at the net. A quick set, but into the block of Kansas State and a side out. So a nice job there, tooling that one off the block, getting the point for the Aggies.
Yeah, the size of Kansas State already starting to be a factor. You saw the block by Carter on the last play, and now Williams following that up.
The ball back in the court of UCDavis. Jimena Cordero Barr sending it away. Carter into the block, a nice job there off the block. Carter decides to tap it this time. Down the line. That one is going to sail long off the hand of Jade Light. K-State has a 2-point advantage as Aaliyah Carter goes back to behind the service line to send this one away. Carter sends it. Set and kill. A nice job there in the middle for UCDavis, getting the point and the possession. Julie Ng back to serve. Ng with 2 assists yesterday. Sends that one to Aaliyah Carter. Krzyzewski sets that one. And then a kill for Jordan Williams, her second of the matchup.
Yeah, and Williams, a 6'2" redshirt junior, getting active pretty early. All eyes are on Carter, opening up some opportunities for Williams on the outside.
So Williams sends it away. Set down the line, tapped over the block. Kept alive by Kansas State. Down the middle is Carter into that block of Davis. UCDavis with another opportunity. They have to get the ball over. How did Kansas State keep that alive? What a rally. Utterbach into the block. Down the line. Point Kansas State right in front of the line judge, and they push their lead to 3.
Wow, and they did everything they could on that one. Arms flying. UCDavis thought they had a point for sure.
As you take a look there at that replay, what a nice swing there. Williams sends it away. Set up. And the block there, or the kill on the slide from Allie Caldwell. Caldwell had 3 blocks yesterday, getting the kill there on that play.
Yeah, and UCDavis doing a good job of keeping this game close, not intimidated by the size of the Wildcats early.
Both of these teams coming in here today ready to play. We'll have to see how this one turns out. An exciting night of action last night. And that one gets down for the kill as Kansas State pushes their lead to 3.
Bit of a miscommunication there by UCDavis. They had the save earlier, and then just the ball falls between 2 girls.
That one is a little bit too soft there as that one crashes into the net. Another service error. Izzy Shoshevsky.
And that was the story of the game yesterday for Kansas State. 25 errors as a team compared to Purdue's 18 ended up being the difference.
Well, and then, again, you're going to see that the more errors that you make, the more opportunity that you give the other team to take advantage. The Boilers were able to do that last night. We'll see if UCDavis can do that here. Into the net is called. Point UCDavis. They cut the Wildcat lead to 1-8-7 now here early on set number 1. Light throws it sky high, sends it over. Sails that one a little bit long for the service error. Ball back to Kansas State with a 2-point advantage. Liz Grigorski back to serve. The Appleton, Wisconsin native, transferred from the University of Wisconsin. Down the line from Utterbach, tapped over. Carter was there to keep it alive. Set back to Brown. Brown into the block of UCDavis, and that's going to be a point for the Aggies.
Yeah, Brown getting stuffed at the net in her first 2 opportunities. Had a pretty good game yesterday against Purdue, but a slow start here today. She definitely expects more out of herself.
Nice job there from Alexa Hogan there, helping on the assist with the block. Now ball back into the hands of Davis. Allie Caldwell sends it away. Set up down the line for Carter. Carter tries to go down the line, but sends that one wide. Point UCDavis as they tie this one up at 9.
Yeah, and Carter with 49 total attacks last night. We know she has the volume, but with that comes some errors. 11 for her last night. Already 1 here early in this first set.
Krzyzewski sets it up. Carter taps it over. And that's the benefit that you have with Aaliyah Carter is you're used to seeing her going up with the big swings, and then she comes with the changeup and taps it over. Right, Carter's first kill of the matchup.
I think everyone in this gym thought that Aaliyah Carter was going to go with power, but just like you said, a little changeup, just a tip over the net, caught the defense confused.
That one's kept off the ground after a light serve. Nice job from Kansas State to keep it up. Carter not able to put that one down off the tape. Utterbach tries to go cross court, sails long, point Wildcats. Ella Larkin back to serve. The Mays, Kansas native. 2 aces, 2 assists, and 20 digs in yesterday's matchup. Nice kill there for UCDavis as they take back possession. Take a look at another look there at the replay. That's a beautiful shot there right down the line.
Yeah, that was Reese Diorsbach, the sophomore, one of a few standout sophomores on this UCDavis team.
Williams with the tap over the net, getting her 3rd kill of this matchup to go along with 1 dig and 1 block. She helps her Kansas State Wildcats out to a 2-point advantage. Simone Sims back to serve. Sims, the Frisco, Texas native, had 2 aces and 12 digs yesterday. Utterbach. And that's going to be the kill, the 2nd for Olivia Utterbach, who was utterly ridiculous yesterday in the Game 1 victory, and she's starting to heat up here in set number 1.
Yeah, Grigorski was in good position for that dig, but just 2 fast ricochets off her forearm.
So UCDavis still down 1, trying to knot things up here. Jimena Cordero Barr sending it away. Carter with the huge swing, getting her 2nd kill of the matchup.
And that's all reliable for Kansas State. That's what we saw a whole lot of yesterday when the Wildcats took on Purdue. And now it's Carter to serve.
Aaliyah Carter sends it away. 5th year from Dubuque, Iowa. Nice job there by Kansas State to keep that one up. Tapped over. Not going to keep it up that time. A nice job there by Allie Chandler. She had 4 blocks in the game yesterday. the Loomis, California native from Del Oro High School. Big West all-freshman last season. Ing sends it away. Krzyzewski sets Williams. And Williams gets back-to-back kills, her 4th of the matchup. Now Williams gonna head back behind the service line. Williams with 5 kills and 2 blocks yesterday. Down the line, into the block of Kansas State. They send it right back in the laps of UCDavis. Nice combo there.
Yeah,
Brenna Schmidt leading things off, the 6'6" junior.
Kansas State with some serious momentum right now. It seems like UCDavis getting a little bit too comfortable with their attacks. Kansas State very prepared from these outside attacks.
Well, and it doesn't seem that UCDavis is as prepared or awakened yet from last night's victory, and Kansas State is motivated trying to get that first win. Joust at the net, kept alive by Williams. Set back, dug out by Ing. Utterbach keeps it alive. Tapped over. Krzyzewski tries to slip it in. UCDavis not fooled, they keep it alive. Carter down the line, into the UCDavis block. Nice job there to keep the ball up. Allie Caldwell on that assisted block, and UCDavis now has the ball back.
Allie Caldwell fired up after that block to stop the Kansas State momentum. Another sophomore for the Aggies. See, the Boilermakers yesterday relying a lot on senior experience. Not the case today with the UCDavis Aggies. 2 very different teams Kansas State's playing.
Mia Starr sending that one away. UCDavis able to keep it alive, back to Utterbach. Kept alive by Larkin. Tapped over. Starr keeps it up. Cross court. Larkin keeps it up. Serve to the middle. Nice rally for UCDavis. It pays off. They get the point. They're down by 1. See if UCDavis can hold on to the momentum here early on. Starr from Portland, Oregon, Central Catholic High School. Sends that one a little bit long, and another error for UCDavis, and we'll see if Kansas State can capitalize on the error.
Yeah, just a little too much heat on that serve. Starr might have gotten a bit excited knowing that she had an opportunity to tie the game.
Krzyzewski almost got that ace. Setting it up for Brown with the big swing. 16 kills yesterday for the Santa Ana, California native, the transfer from Pepperdine. She gets her first one here today.
Right, and a good heads-up play by Brown, catching UCDavis lacking and just delivering a powerful spike.
Set back to Utterbach, kept alive by the libero Larkin. Ball floating up there for a little bit. Finished off by the Wildcats, and they push their lead to 4. 18-14 now, and Dan Connors wants to talk about it. We will step away for just a moment. We'll be back here after 60 seconds on Big Ten Plus. (18-14) here early on in set number 1 between the Kansas State Wildcats and the UCDavis Aggies. Let's take a look now at the head coach for UCDavis, Dan Connors. Connor's a graduate of UCLA in his 11th season here at UCDavis. Previously a top assistant at the University of Illinois. He was named the head coach of UCDavis in June 2014. So you see the record there, 133 and 134. Trying to get his team to the top of the Big West and eventually earn that NCAA bid. See if they can make that happen here in 2024 as they're back in action. Tapped over. K-State not able to keep that one up. First kill of the matchup for Jade Light. She had 14 yesterday.
Yeah, Jade Light with her second kill and 8 attacks already. She needs to get going soon.
2 digs to go along with the 2 kills. Carter able to keep that one up. UCDavis just has to get it over. A free ball there for Kansas State. Down the middle and the big swing from Brenna Schmidt. The 6'6" junior from Eagle, Nebraska, making her voice heard, her second kill of the matchup. Nice look there at the replay. Back row wasn't able to handle it. K-State up 4 now. Ng keeps it up. Into the block. UCDavis not able to handle the block of Schmidt and Brown as they stood tall at the net. UCDavis is going to take another timeout here, down 20-15 early in set number 1. We'll step away here on Big Ten Plus. Kansas State holding a 5-point advantage here in set number 1 against UCDavis, and a lot of that can be attributed to the way Kansas State has come out hitting the ball here. 259 hit percentage here early on. 11 kills, only 4 attack errors with an 80% side out. Trying to get this set 1 victory. Sent away by Grigorski. Played down the line. Nice job, Kansas State able to keep it up. Carter tries to pull the soccer move, but not going to happen here as UCDavis gets the point.
Yeah, and a big point out of the timeout for UCDavis. Craig, you mentioned the efficiency differences. 214 hit percentage compared to 185 for UCDavis. Kansas State really making their presence heard in the front row.
So UCDavis with possession again will send this one away. McKenna Morrison, the Whittier, California native, 21 appearances last season. He's played in both games here this season. Into the block, Carter, ball put back in her face. UCDavis with possession. Tapped over. Nice job to keep it alive, Carter. Aaliyah Carter sails long, so point UCDavis as they get back-to-back points. 20-17 now. As Morrison back to serve again. 14 service aces last season. She had a high of 4 service aces against UC Santa Barbara. That one's going to be a little bit too long. So another service error, the 4th for UCDavis here in set number 1, and that doesn't translate to victories.
No, definitely a little bit sloppy early in Kansas State. They're experienced enough to know how to take advantage of it.
Ella Larkin sending it away. Ella Larkin played beach volleyball the last 2 seasons. Her first game back indoors last night. Looked comfortable in the game against the Boilermakers. And she will get a second serve here after the point goes to Kansas State. We need 3 points to finish off here set 1. 5-point advantage right now. Larkin sends that one. Set for Utterbach. Nice job keeping that one off the floor. Brown tries to send it to the back. Utterbach, cross court. That one is true. Olivia Utterbach getting her 3rd kill of the matchup. Go along with 1 dig and 1 block, but UCDavis is going to need a little bit more.
Yeah, and the Aggies looking for momentum. Who do they go to? Their star player, Olivia Utterbach. Got blocked the first time, gets another opportunity, goes cross court, and makes the most of it. 3rd kill of the night.
Kansas State's been able to hold Utterbach quiet here in set number 1. We'll see if that changes. Down the line to Carter, into the block. And Aaliyah Carter stuffed at the net. The combination of Mia Starr and Allie Chandler getting the combo block, and UCDavis only down by 3 now. Davis trying to come back from the error-filled first set here. Nice serve there, set for Carter. And that's going to be another kill for Aaliyah Carter, her 3rd on a swing that I'm sure Jade Light would like to have back, as that one was probably going to sail out of bounds.
And Carter held in check a little bit with only 3 kills here in this first set. UCDavis really seeming to be prepared for her and are sending a lot of bodies her way when they see a swing.
UCDavis very dedicated to that block, and they've been doing a nice job trying to utilize Aaliyah Carter here. Is that one sent away? Set and kill. Nice swing there from Allie Chandler. Chandler getting her 3rd of the set, 4th kill of this set. 23-20 now. Nice job there, just out of the reach of Grigorski. Trying to make the diving save. Cordero Barr to serve. Larkin keeps it up to Williams. Williams getting her 5th of the matchup to go along with 2 digs and a block. And Kansas State will see set point here in set number 1.
And Williams, what a start for her afternoon. 6 total attacks and 5 of them being kills already.
Williams had 5 kills in the entire game last night. She already has 5 here in set number 1. Krzyzewski stuffed at the net. Williams down the line. Off the block for the kill. Off the hands of Shaylee Myers. And Kansas State will get the 25-20 set 1 victory.
Yeah, and we saw that a few times from Kansas State, just too big and too powerful, where it deflected off the fingers of a blocker from UCDavis. Kansas State did not get off to a hot start in that game against Purdue, but winning that first set should be extremely important for their chances of winning today.
Well, we will see if that will translate into set number 2. We'll step away for just a moment. We'll be back here for set number 2 on Big Ten Plus. Efficient set one victory for Kansas State in set number one. You have the dancing dad here from UCDavis out here, man. He was tearing it up on this commercial break. What do you think about that, Gavin?
Oh yeah, he was getting into it for sure. These UCDavis fans, they travel well.
I think he knows that he might have been on camera there, man. He was bobbing and weaving there, but Kansas State getting the set one victories. Take a look at the Big 12 preseason poll in women's volleyball this season. Kansas, BYU, Arizona State, TCU, Baylor, Iowa State, Kansas State down there at 7. I personally think that's a little bit low for the talent level that's on this team, but what do you see when you look at that preseason poll?
I agree. I was thinking the same thing. Looking at the performance last night, Kansas State went toe-to-toe with the number 8 team in the country for 3 of those 4 sets. To have them 7th in the conference just seems a little bit low, considering that they added transfers and they already have the proven talent in Aaliyah Carter. I expect Kansas State to surprise people in the Big 12.
Yeah, in the second season under the tutelage of Jason Mansfield, the head coach of the Wildcats, and he's trying to build a new program or rebuild a program here and trying to reestablish a good culture, bringing in good character players and surrounding them with talented coaches. And he's starting to do that here in year 2. Again, you saw Aaliyah Carter. Jordan Williams was a star in set number 1. We'll see if the Wildcats can continue that momentum here in set number 2. UCDavis will send things away out of the hand of Jade Light. And Light goes long. Another service error for the Aggies, their 5th. 1-0 Kansas State.
And I got to say, the unsung hero of that set was Izzy Shulshevsky with 11 assists in that first set. She was terrific last night, setting up Carter and Williams, still putting up numbers again tonight.
Oh, you think so? Shulshevsky had 49 assists last night. Is that one? It was a kill for UCDavis as they tied up at 1. Allie Caldwell back to serve. Caldwell hitting .500. 1 kill on two swings. Also with 4 blocks. Sends it away. Set by Shulshevsky. Brown tries to destroy it. Block keeps it alive. Utterbach cross court. And that's going to get down. Olivia Utterbach with her 5th kill here in this matchup gives UCDavis a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, and you see Utterbach gave herself a little bit of space from the net to allow herself to angle her body and go cross court.
So after the big swing from Utterbach, Caldwell back to serve. Second on the team last season in blocks was 74. Just gets it over the tape to Carter. Set at the net, tapped over, kept up by Larkin. Big swing by Williams. And the Wildcats weren't able to keep it up, and UCDavis now with a 2-point advantage.
And Allie Chandler was 3rd in the Big West last year with 128 blocks and already making her defensive presence felt today.
3 straight points for the Aggies as they look to get back here in set number 2. Shulshevsky sets Carter, kept alive. Dunked by Williams at the net. A perfect set, and she puts it down.
Yeah, and a good effort there by Jade Light, but just kind of wrong place, wrong time. The ball just floats easily over the net for Williams to just stuff it home.
6 kills now for Williams. K-State looking for offense and other avenues other than Aaliyah Carter, and Williams is fitting that role here early on. Set to Utterbach. She taps it over the block. Ball came off the hands of Aaliyah Carter, a little errant. That's going to be out of play. Point UCDavis. It's a 4-2 game now.
Yeah, I think Carter a little bit frustrated by the amount of blocks that went against her in the first set. Trying to do a little too much there caused the error.
Utterbach back to send it away. Set by Shulshevsky. Williams, a little bit too much air. Carter taps it over the block of UCDavis. Down the middle. Kept alive. Carter into the block. Down the middle again, and that's gonna get down. Jade Light, her third kill of the matchup to go along with 2 assists and 4 digs.
And there was some power put into that swing, hitting 2 K-State bodies before the ball hit the ground.
So a 3-point advantage for UCDavis. Utterbach struggling with the serve there as that one didn't make it over. So another service error for UCDavis, their 6th. Wildcats get the ball back. Kansas State has been very efficient, only 1 service error.
That's been the problems for UCDavis, shooting themselves in the foot. They need to clean up the errors, especially while they have the lead in this second set.
Davis able to get the ball over. Set to Williams. Blocked back. K-State still with possession. Into the Davis block. And a kill for Shaylee Myers. Myers getting some playing time here today, her 5th kill of the matchup. K-State trying to climb out of the hole. Carter sends it away, played by Ng. Set for Utterbach, taps it over. Dug up by Larkin. Set back to Myers, and if some is good, more is better. Shaylee Myers, her 6th kill of the matchup.
Yeah, and you see Aaliyah Carter, she was the story coming into this game, but so far it's been Myers and Williams carrying the load offensively, 6 kills apiece.
Tied up at 5. Down the line, tapped over. Williams. Shaylee Myers again. 3 in a row, her 7th kill, and it gives the Wildcats a 1-point advantage. Carter sends it away. Carter sails that one long, will end the 4-0 scoring run for the Wildcats, and we're tied at 6.
Yeah, and this run for Kansas State, it all started by the service error from UCDavis. So the errors causing some damage as Kansas State picks up momentum here in the second set.
The Tijuana, Mexico native back to send it away for UCDavis. Set for Williams, dug up by Ng, gets over. Larkin keeps it up. Carter down the middle, Ng keeps it up. Pancake dig, and somehow K-State keeps the ball off the floor. Utterbach. Nice job by Williams. Free ball for UCDavis. Set down the line. What a rally between these 2 teams. Ball kept alive again. What a rally won by Kansas State. Back and forth both of these teams go, and Kansas State was able to outlast.
Yeah, and Julia Nig did everything that she could there. 3 digs in that rally. You saw the pancake dig from Kansas State, bodies flying everywhere. In the end, the Wildcats win the point. Going to be a very competitive game here today.
Both of these teams starting to wake up here in set number 2. You saw on that last rally, K-State coming out on the better end of it. Now Williams. Set. Tapped over. Krzyzewski gets it over. Back down the line and into the block. That one's going to get down. A kill for Jade Light, tying us up at 7. Julia Ng, the Foothill Ranch, California native. And it looks like there's going to be a challenge. They're going to challenge the touch. K-State will challenge that the ball was touched by UCDavis. We'll have to wait and see what the line judge sees in the replay. Take a look there in the huddle of UCDavis. Now over to the Kansas State Wildcat huddle. Something to note, Jason Mansfield yesterday against the Purdue Boilermakers was 4 for 4 on challenges, well, 3 for 3 on challenges, but The extra one was the one that Purdue got wrong. So the point went to Kansas State. So 4 for 4 yesterday on challenges. So Mansfield has an eye for it. We'll have to see if it comes out on the positive side here in this one. Not sure if I saw a touch there on that replay. I don't know about you, Gavin. Did you?
Not exactly, no.
So we sit 7-7 right now. The line judge overtaking a look at that last play. And it doesn't seem like it here in a 7-7 game early on here in set number 2, but I mean, each one of these points is a big point and it matters. And so Mansfield is hoping that they get the right call here. And we're going to get the call. And it's going to be point UCDavis. So the first challenge of the weekend lost by Kansas State. And now possession still in the hands of the Aggies. Julia Ng, the Foothill Ranch, California native, Trabuco Hills. 394 digs last season, which was a team high. Shilshevsky set. Nice dig there out of the back row for the Aggies. Larkin sets again. Myers cross court. And Shaylee Myers again continuing to play dividends for the Wildcats. Her 8th kill of the matchup.
Yeah, and doing it in an incredibly efficient manner. 533 hit percentage. Seems like K-State is going after Julia Ng. She had to make quite a few tough plays. That one just a little bit out of her reach.
Utterbach keeps that one up down the line. Tapped over. Set by Starr. And Utterbach stuffed by the tape. Momentum swing here as K-State taking a firm grasp here in set number 2.
Yeah, and that was Brianna Schmidt, number 18, a 6'6" junior, making her presence heard at the net.
Ng keeps that one up. Starr down the line. Just have to get the ball over. A free ball now for the Aggies. And that one is finished off by Jade Light. Her 5th kill of the matchup. Go along with 2 assists and 4 digs.
Yeah, Jade Light having a tremendous game. And like you said, Carter just had to get one over the net. UCDavis was able to set up Light perfectly on that one.
Mia Starr, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon, back to send it away. Brown dug out by Ng. Kansas State with possession. Carter off the hands of Utterbach. Kept alive. Back to Utterbach. Splits the block. Kept up in the back by Carter. And finished off by Shaylee Myers. Myers is 9th of the game. And the Wildcats lead 10-8 here in set 2.
Yeah, getting into double digits now with 10 kills and 2nd on the team in digs to go along with it. Just a tremendous all-around game for Myers.
10-8. Grigorski sends it away. Set at the net. Kept up by Larkin. Shilshevsky. Brown gets the swing. Meg Brown with her 2nd kill of the matchup. 11-8 now. And that is going to draw a timeout from Dan Connors. A 3-point advantage for Kansas State as they rally here in set number 2. We'll be back here in just a moment on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back inside Holloway Gymnasium here in West Lafayette, Indiana. We are in the middle of the Stacy Clark Classic, and right now Kansas State leads 11-8 in set number 2 after they won set number 1. And Gavin, what are you looking for here for UCDavis to try to get some of that momentum back?
Right, I'd say that UCDavis just needs to settle down and stop shooting themselves in the foot. Like, we understand that Kansas State has the size advantage, they have the talent advantage, but UCDavis was doing some really, really good things early on in this second set. They need to get calmed down, get back to their offensive ways, get Utterbach involved.
See if UCDavis can respond out of the timeout. Krzyzewski, block at the net. Krzyzewski gets it over. Kept alive, K-State. Carter into the block and finished off by Brenna Schmidt. Right place, right time, and Schmidt gets her second of the game.
And Schmidt using her height to her advantage there. Just by holding up her arm, she's able to get over the net. Heads up play there at number 18.
Kansas State up 4 now. Utterbach blocked at the net. Schmidt getting the kill and then the block. A 5-point advantage now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not what you want to see coming out of the timeout by UCDavis.
Not at all. Back-to-back points for the Wildcats as they're in a 4-0 scoring run. Again,
wow.
Brenna Schmidt at the net, able to just tap it over. 14-8 now.
Yeah, and UCDavis has got to figure out something different. Too much offense coming at the middle of the court where Brenna Schmidt, playing with confidence right now, just dominating.
And that's something that you can't teach is size. I mean, I'd love to be able to be 6'6",
Exactly.
6'7". Set at the net. K-State plays it. Meg Brown into the block. Nice job there by Davis keeping the ball on the other side of the net. Carter tooling it off the block. Set for Utterbach. She taps it over. K-State keeps it up. Brown tries to go over the block. Down the line. Nice job by Larkin to dig that one up. Krzyzewski tried to sneak one in the back door, and that one goes a little bit wide. 14-9 now as UCDavis regains possession.
Yeah, and that point doesn't happen without number 10, Allie Caldwell there. She was flying from one end of the court to the other on back-to-back blocks. What were very good swings by Kansas State, but just better defense by Caldwell.
So Light, the 6'2" junior from Slow House, California, back to serve it away. UCDavis trying to put back-to-back points together here and going a little bit of a run, trying to come back here in this one in set number 2 as that one's lobbed up and Light gets it over. Krzyzewski for Schmidt again, and Schmidt there to deliver. 4th kill of the matchup to go along with 4 blocks.
This is quite the different Kansas State team from the one that we saw yesterday. Yesterday it was, let's go to Leah Carter as much as we can. Today, the wealth has been spread around a little bit. Now Brianna Schmidt having a fantastic set with now 4 kills on the day.
15-9. Down the middle, stuffed right back over the net by Jordan Williams. Williams with her 7th. And that's going to draw another timeout from Dan Connors. As we take another look at that one at the net, and it's been all Kansas State here in set number 2.
You see just the size too much. Schmidt was doing it early on, and now Williams, she's playing with a ton of confidence right now. You see the celebration dance after the big block, and Kansas State is rolling right now. Got into a hole early, but really found their rhythm, and they've been doing it at the net. A lot of blocks for the Wildcats in this set.
Well, and the number that really jumps off the page to me is the 15 total errors, 9 attack errors, and 6 service errors from UCDavis, and we didn't see that from UCDavis in their win yesterday. Really struggling here with the efficiency of their swings and putting the ball in play.
No, it hasn't been pretty for them. You got to wonder if a little bit of that is due to the youth. A lot, like I said, a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors on this team, a lot of younger players that are getting more playing time, more opportunities for the first time, but still inexcusable. We know that Kansas State's a good team. They're a team that'll punish you, especially with their size. And, you know, UCDavis just has to be sharper.
Well, and I think it's a testament to how good the Purdue Boilermakers are. We saw last night, you know, the matchup against Purdue with Kansas State and the struggles that they had, and it's a testament to how good they are, because this K-State team, and this is an NCAA tournament team. 16-9 out of the timeout. Utterbach comes out swinging. Krzyzewski, and that one sails long for Gregorski. So ball rolls in the direction of the Aggies out of the timeout. Now they still see themselves down 6, but an opportunity here to climb back into this one after ending the 6-1 run of the Kansas State Wildcats.
Yeah, that is 11 errors on the day for Kansas State. UCDavis gifted an opportunity. A big rally would be awesome for this team.
Both teams under 200 in the hit percentage right now, as that one is stuffed back to Williams, and back-to-back points for UCDavis, trying to get a little bit of this momentum back on their side of the court.
Yeah, Allie Chandler in her office in the middle. 2 quick points for the Aggies. K-State getting a little comfortable, it seems.
Hayden Bones back to serve. The 5'5 junior sends it away. Cross court. That one's out of play, so 3 straight points now for UCDavis. Starting to build a little bit of momentum here in set number 2.
Kansas State getting creative with it, swinging it over to the outside for Meg Brown, but just not good contact there. The ball hooks out of play.
Over the tape, and an ace for Hayden Bones. And the K-State lead cut to 3 now, as UCDavis in the midst of a 4-0 scoring run.
And Kansas State with a quick timeout, and ace, a little bit lucky there, smacking the tape at the exact perfect location. But nonetheless, an ace.
So the UCDavis Aggies in the midst of a 4-0 run. Jason Mansfield wants to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll be back here in 60 seconds on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back inside Holloway Gymnasium, day 2 of the Stacey Clark Classic here in West Lafayette, Indiana. Nice look there at Izzy Krzyzewski and Jordan Williams, both playing really well here for Kansas State in set number 2. The Wildcats try to finish this one off here, but the UCDavis Aggies in the midst of a 4-0 run. Brown stuffed at the net. Back to Brown again. Don't get it the first time, try a second time, and Brown does and gets the kill, ending the 4-0 run of the Aggies.
Yeah, and a bit unlucky from UCDavis there. They did everything right, stuffing Brown at the net the first time, and she put a little less power on that, more of a changeup that was able to slip between the arms of the UCDavis Aggies.
17-13. Ing was able to get down and get that up. Nice job by Larkin to keep that alive. A joust at the net, won by UCDavis. Carter just has to get it over. Set by Starr. Cross court kept up by Larkin. Krzyzewski to Carter. And Carter sails that one long. 17-14 as the Aggies retain possession.
Larkin putting her body on the line on that point. Sticking out her arm and then still making a play while being on her knees. Fortunate that point didn't go K-State's way.
So 17-14 as they get the floor dry here in the midst of a Midwest summer. I mean, we're past the summer, but we're still in some summer weather here in September in Indiana. A little bit of humidity outside. Olivia Utterbach back to serve. Utterbach only hitting 105 today. Struggling with the efficiency. Joust at the net. Won by UCDavis. That one's tapped a little bit too far. Out of play. Point UCDavis. A 2-point matchup now.
It's been a set of runs, to say the least, with the Aggies coming out hot and Kansas State going on a monster run, but then UCDavis responding now, trying to tie this game up again.
Utterbach struggling early with the service error, is able to get it over, and her teammates respond. A block at the net from Allie Chandler, and Mia Starr cuts this 1-1.
Allie Chandler setting the tone defensively. That's how we've seen UCDavis get back into this set. 4 blocks for Chandler to go along with the other Allie Caldwell, 4 of her own.
Set Williams taps it over. Down the line. Tooled off the block, Larkin keeps it up. Nice job by Light to keep it up. Nice rally between these two teams. Set down the middle. Finished off by Jade Light. Her 6th kill of the matchup. And partner, we are tied up at 17.
Yeah, Jade Light with 22 total attacks. And when she's gotten an opportunity, she has made the most of it. 6 kills. And look at the power on that ball. Just no chance for Larkin.
Nice directional swing there as Utterbach sends it away again. Set by Shulshevsky. Huge block at the net. Mia Starr and Allie Chandler.
Yeah, those two have combined for quite a few blocks today. And no different on that point, and they are fired up, playing with so much energy up there at the front. Mia Starr only 5'10" compared to the Giants up front for K-State. She is not afraid.
Once down 6, now up 1 here in set number 2. A 5-0 scoring run becomes a 6-0 scoring run, and we'll draw a timeout from Jason Mansfield. We'll step away for just a moment. 19-17 in set number 2. Errors plagued UCDavis in set number 1, but starting to plague Kansas State here in set number 2 as you take a look at the errors by set 7 in set number 1 for Kansas State, the set that they won. Now here in set number 2, double digits.
And it was the same story yesterday. The set that Kansas State won against Purdue, they had 3 errors, 22 combined, and the other 3 that they lost. You see the correlation here.
Utterbach sends it away in the midst of a 6-0 scoring run to Williams. And who do you call when you need a point? Jordan Williams, 7th kill of the matchup to go along with 2 assists, 3 digs, and 2 blocks. Williams ends the scoring run, but Kansas State still down 19-18.
And that's what you want to see out of the timeout. Get it to your hot hand. Williams with a terrific game so far.
Off the block, Carter's able to keep it up. Shulshevsky down the line. Starr again. Carter keeps it alive. Just has to get it over. Utterbach off the block of Myers. point, Aggies. And Utterbach with her 6th.
Yeah, Myers not known for her blocking, kind of caught in a tough spot there, just deflecting off of her arm. UCDavis closing in on that 25 mark.
Jimena Cordero Barr sends it over. Krzyzewski down the line. Myers stuffed at the net. To Myers again. If it doesn't work the first time, try it again, and Myers with the kill, her 11th. She leads both sides with 11 in the matchup.
Yeah, I think everyone on UCDavis thought that she was going to go near side with that swing, but able to adjust her body and find the open court.
Set at the net. Down for the kill. Nice swing there from Allie Chandler.
And a nice quick point for UCDavis. Just right in the middle. Brianna Schmidt was there.
Well, and that's the nice job there with the quick swing, because you saw Schmidt coming over trying to use all 6'6" of her to get that block, and a nice job by UCDavis to get that one on the floor. Starr sends it down the line. Jade Light with the kill, 22-19. Light with her 7th. And the Aggies are 3 away from the set 2 victory.
Light now leading the team with 7 kills. Her and Utterbach really been paying dividends offensively.
Ing sends it over. A little bit too hard. UCDavis is able to keep it up somehow. Kansas State with the possession. Nice dig there by Cordero Barr. At the net. Dug up by the libero. Mia Starr to Utterbach. Nice dig there by Carter in the back row. Carter down the middle. Stuffed at the net by Allie Caldwell.
It's been the 2 Allies having a block party here today. Allie Chandler with 5 and Allie Caldwell with 4. Really, really impressive stuff from the Aggies.
2 Allies don't make it right, but they can stuff your shot at the net, and we're seeing it here this evening. 23-19. Ing sends it away. Dug up by Larkin. Joust at the net. Won by UCDavis and Jade Light. Her 8th of the matchup to go along with 8 digs and 2 assists.
Yeah, and UCDavis just playing incredibly smart right now. They seem to be knowing exactly what Kansas State wants to do offensively and putting themselves in great position for blocks, for jousts. It's been incredible.
4-0 run for the Aggies. They see set point here in set number 2. Dug up by Utterbach after the swing out of the outside. Not able to find it. At the net! Nice swing there from Krzyzewski. She was able to force that one over the net and through the block. The Wildcats not going away here in set number 2, 24-20. Kansas State with possession sent away by Izzy Krzyzewski. Starr, Light. Nice dig there by Krzyzewski. Back to Brown. Into the block! And UCDavis coming back from the depths to get the set 2 victory, 25-20.
And is that a fitting way to end that set or what? Jade Light getting involved there at the net. I'd say the difference there was just that second half of the set, UCDavis was making Kansas State work a lot harder than they were having to. They seemed very prepared for the swings of Kansas State. You see Kansas State with their digs, they're just all over the place. Just never really in a good position, and UCDavis taking advantage.
So a hotly contested matchup here in Holloway Gymnasium. We'll be back here in just a moment for set 3 on Big Ten Plus. Struggles in set number 1, but not in set number 2, as UCDavis was able to get the victory in set number 2 off the shoulders of Mia Starr.
And yeah, Mia Starr, doing her job as a setter with 17 assists already, but it's been defensively where she's really shown up. 5 digs and 4 blocks as well. She's not the biggest girl on the court, but it does not matter. She was playing ferocious at the net. You just saw her playing with confidence, playing with energy, and was just able to be a force on both ends for UCDavis, one of the most instrumental pieces of this team.
Well, and you see the quote there from head coach Dan Connors talking about how Mia Starr ran a great offense throughout, and it allowed our offense to click throughout the night. And you saw the change there in set number 2 with the UCDavis Aggies were struggling in set number 1, not a lot of cohesiveness, and you see Mia Starr being the glue girl, if you will, holding things together in set number 2.
We'll see how Kansas State responds. I mean, they had an opportunity to really take control of this game with the 1-0 set lead, and then a 6-point lead in set 2. But UCDavis fighting back to level it and come into this third set with momentum.
Get underway here in set number 3. Again, we thank you for joining us this afternoon on Big Ten Plus. I'm Craig Combs, he's Gavin Connolly, and we're underway here in set 3. Utterbach finding the zone and putting that one down. The Aggies continuing what they were putting up in set number 2 here in set number 3.
Uttersbach not as efficient as she was yesterday, but still 182 hit percentage with 7 kills. Cannot complain about that, to go along with 5 digs and 2 blocks for number 3.
Allie Caldwell serves it away. Mia Carter plays it into the block of UCDavis. Down the line. Big swing from the outside. Reese Diersbach, 9 kills yesterday. Looking good here early on, her second. Take another peek there at that one. A 2-0 advantage here early on in set number 3 for the Aggies. That one goes long. Another service error for UCDavis.
Yeah, that's their 7th of the day, and they got away from that in the second set, and it paid dividends for them. You saw the results. You can't be getting sloppy now with the game on the line.
Ella Larkin sends it away, played by Ing in the back row. Finished off by Allie Chandler with the big swing, her 6th kill of the game.
Yeah, Chandler was ready for that one. Just a split second between the set and the swing, and just no chance for Kansas State to react to that.
Utterbach, Krzyzewski down the line, dug up by Ing. Down the middle, finishing that one off is Jade Light, her 8th. A 3-point advantage now for the Aggies here early on in set number 3. Utterbach with the service error. That one, the 8th of the game for the Aggies.
Only 2 points that Kansas State have scored have come from UCDavis.
We saw that UCDavis struggle with that in set number 1. Kept alive, Carter, cross court to Myers. Myers gets it over, down the line, over the block. Carter keeps it up out of the back row. Krzyzewski with the assist and back-to-back points for Kansas State.
Yeah, that time it was Jordan Williams taking up the space in the middle and using her size to tip that one, but tip it down at an angle to where it deflected off the fingers of Allie Chandler.
Beaverton, Oregon native, sends it away. Carter tries to keep it alive. Into the scores table here at the end. Kansas State's not able to pick that one up. (5-3) Take another look at that one. A monster swing from UCDavis, Reese Diersbach. In the middle, Brown kept up off the floor. That one sails wide, point Kansas State, 5-4 now. Couple of substitutions for the Wildcats as they get back into rotation here. 5-4. Liz Grigorski back to serve. Set and off the K-State block. Point UCDavis. See that one there.
Allie Chandler that time, bringing down the hammer. UCDavis needs to get into a rhythm offensively. That was a good point there for them.
Brown stuffed at the net again. Aggies play it. What a swing out of the back row from Jimena Cordero Barr. Wow.
And from where we're sitting, that one had an incredible amount of topspin to just clip the corner and stay in bounds. What a swing that was.
Cordero Barr, the Mesa League Player of the Year. Playing well here in set 2 and 3. Off the block of UCDavis. Kept alive by Ng out of the back row. Wildcats have to play it. Carter taps it over. Blocked at the net. Back to Carter. Carter tooling the block of the Aggies for the kill, her 4th.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Kansas State, they are continuing to go for the outside. UCDavis defending these outside swings very, very well. But Kansas State just, that's pretty much what their offense has been in this 3rd set. Aaliyah Carter using her talent to get that point.
Jordan Williams sends it over. Williams then keeps it alive. Back to Carter. Aaliyah Carter with the heat seeker. Cutting the Davis lead to 1, 7-6 now.
UCDavis caught out of position there. Ball started next to Carter, set right back to her in the middle of the court, was wide open there for Carter. Slam it home.
Williams sends it away. Set to Light, she's blocked at the net. Back to Utterbach. She taps it over, kept up by Brown. Down the line to Carter. Off the block, kept alive in the back row by Cordero Barr. Big swing by Light. Krzyzewski to Brown. Brown taps it over. Kept alive by the Aggies. Jimena Cordero Barr finishing that one off for UCDavis. They lead by 2.
Yeah, and a really tough play there for Kansas State. Just a little floater with some spin over it to get it over the tape and drop down quickly.
8-6 now as Mia Starr goes back to serve. Sophomore sends it away. Tries to sneak it over. UCDavis was ready for it.
I think they got away with one there. I saw 4 touches from UCDavis and Kansas State. Coach Mansfield is arguing the call right there.
Yeah, Izzy Krzyzewski is over trying to plead her case to the judge at the net. And so Jason Mansfield is going to challenge whether or not there was 4 hits on that possession. We'll have to wait and see here. It looked like the judge of the net was trying to explain it to Izzy Krzyzewski, but I'm not quite sure. We don't have a microphone over there. We'll have to see if we can get a peek at that and see how many touches on that possession. Nice look there in the Kansas State huddle as we take a look here. 1,
There's 1, 2, and
3.
3.
I think the confusion was a little bit earlier on at the net there. When the ball was coming over, it looked like there might have been a touch earlier on, like at the beginning of that play, but I only saw 3 touches there.
Yeah, from that angle, it seemed clear that there were only 3, but definitely some sort of a miscommunication. optical illusion, whatever you call it, but call stands.
So UCDavis gets the point. They lead 9-6 here in set number 3. Whoever gets this set 3 victory is going to be in clear control. Aaliyah Carter tooling off the block of the Aggies, getting her 6th kill. And Aaliyah Carter is somebody that Kansas State needs to start getting warm here, start warming up, as she is a focal point of this team, and she has not been as involved as I'm sure Jason Mansfield would like.
That is true. More errors than kills for Aaliyah Carter today. Not what you want to see, especially after her brilliant performance yesterday.
UCDavis has to get it over. Joust at the net. Won by Izzy Shulshevsky. 9-8 now. Back-to-back points for Kansas State.
Izzy Shulshevsky, known for creating offense, but getting up there above the net on that one to win that joust.
Shulshevsky all Pac-12. As that one is a service error into the net. For the Wildcats, Simone Sims wasn't able to find the distance. Only the 3rd service error of the matchup for the Kansas State Wildcats. It's 10-8 now. As Jade Light is back to send this one away. Big throw up, send over. Carter fakes the big swing, comes with the changeup, taps it over. Utterbach into the block, kept alive by Larkin. Set up at the net for the middle, Brenna Schmidt. And Schmidt finishes it off, her 5th.
You see here how much bigger she is than everybody else and how high she can jump. Just creates so many opportunities when she's in a good position.
Goes short there on the serve. Down the middle is Light, kept alive by Larkin. At the net, Shulshevsky. Nice job by Ing to keep it alive. Shulshevsky to Schmidt. Schmidt goes back to back, and we're tied at 10.
That was a great serve by Carter there, making Ing work for it and fall down to her knees. She was never really able to recover, kind of reactive on that point, and Schmidt able to slam it home.
6th kill for Schmidt as Carter sends it away. Somehow, Olivia Utterbach was able to keep that one alive. A joust at the net again. Brenna Schmidt, 3 in a row. The human comeback, and K-State takes a 1-point advantage. And now Dan Connors wants to talk about it. We will step away, and we will be back here for the conclusion of set number 3 on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back inside Holloway Gymnasium here in West Lafayette, Indiana. An exciting matchup here in the early contest in the Stacey Clark Classic, 11-10 in set number 3 with Kansas State and UCDavis.
Another set that's been back and forth so far, a 3-0 scoring run for K-State and a 3-0 scoring run for Brianna Schmidt herself, really putting the team on her back this 3rd set.
Played by Light in the back row. An errant swing there, not able to get over there from Reese Dierbach. A 4-0 scoring run for the Wildcats.
Looks like she got a little bit indecisive there. Looked like she wanted to hit it over the net at first, then kind of backed out and hit an errant pass into the net.
Carter goes short again. UCDavis is able to play it. A nice job there to find the range and put it down for Allie Caldwell.
Yeah, Caldwell doing a good job. Not great positioning there by Kansas State. There was enough of a gap, and credit to Caldwell for exploiting that. Just right down the middle between Schmidt and Myers.
Dug up by Larkin, set by Krzyzewski. Shaylee Myers goes wide there. Point Aggies. We're knotted up at 12.
Shaylee Myers with 11 kills on the night, 29 total attacks. Still a tremendously efficient 310 hit percentage, but she has slowed down these past couple of sets. Credit to K-State for trying to get her involved.
Ball back in possession of UCDavis. Finished off by Allie Chandler. Her eighth kill, and she's hitting over 500.
She was ready for that one. A full windup with some power. No chance for Kansas State.
McKenna Morrison sends it away, and Morrison with the ace. A great possession here for UCDavis as they take a 2-point advantage and in the midst of a 4-0 scoring run themselves.
Yeah, Mansfield was not happy with his team on that one. Both Larkin and Myers went for that ball.
Not what you want to see coming out of a timeout. And if some is good, more is better. Back-to-back service aces for McKenna Morrison.
Another timeout for Kansas State, and another terrific serve coming from the Aggies. Ella Larkin a little frustrated with herself. Back-to-back deflections leading to aces.
5-0 scoring run for UCDavis when we come back on Big Ten Plus.
Back to the action here. UCDavis in the midst of a 5-0 scoring run. Coming off of 2 aces. We'll see how Kansas State can respond after the timeout. Here comes the serve and into the net. A service error. Kind of a bitter way to complement back-to-back aces with a brutal error right in the center of the net. And now Ella Larkin to serve for Kansas State, trying to fight their way back into this one. It's been a game of runs for both teams all night. Larkin with the serve. Ing. Here comes the swing. Good dig by Kansas State to the outside. Ing again putting her body on the line. Here comes Jade Light, and it's a point for UCDavis. Jade Light splitting the uprights between the two Kansas State Wildcats and getting UCDavis back on track. We welcome Craig Combs back to the action. Larkin sets it up. Here is Carter off the tape. A good dig by UCDavis. Dug by Larkin to the outside. Oh, and a little creative tip there from Myers, but UCDavis keeping it alive. Gets it over the net. Tic-tac. Fight for it at the net. Good block, and the point still alive. Oh, how did they keep that one up? Carter hits the deck. Swing to the outside. Myers blocked. UCDavis keeping it alive. This is an incredible rally, and it ends with a tip by Light into the net to give Kansas State the point. Wow, that was an exciting point there. A lot of magic on both sides of the court. Both teams catch their breath as we catch our breath here on the Big Ten Plus. Jimena Cordero Bar, excuse me, that's Izzy Krzyzewski with the serve. Here is Meg Brown on the outside, and it's out. UCDavis.
Tough break there for Meg Brown, sailing that one a little bit long. UCDavis in the midst of a three-point advantage here. And Jimena Cordero Bar back to serve. Cordero Bar has played incredible these last 2 days for UCDavis. She sends it away. Set by Krzyzewski. And a nice swing and a kill there for Shaylee Myers.
Myers has been getting her touches on the outside as she subs off. But yeah, just a lot of power put into that swing, and Uttersbach could not get to that one.
And you can see the frustration on Utterbach's face, getting that one slammed right into her lap. And then a service ace for Liz Grigorski. K-State on a little bit of a run themselves here, trying to come back into this one in set 3.
Grigorski, one of the most consistent servers on this Wildcat squad. First ace of the night for her.
Set at the net, tapped over, and that one is gonna find the floor after a smart play there from Jade Light.
Jade Light, definitely a heads-up play there. Noticed a little bit of a hole in the Kansas State defense, and just a perfect little judged tap.
Well, it was smart because you see the solid commitment there at the net from Williams and Brown. She was able to make a quick decision. Carter dug out in the back row by Barr. Set down the line. Into the block that time, and K-State was able to come out on top. A nice job from Williams and Brown.
Yeah, UCDavis was able to recover from the first block from Kansas State, trying to go back to the well, setting up Jade Light. Kansas State able to recover, get the point.
Jordan Williams sends it over. Set by Starr. And finished off by Jade Light. Her 11th kill of the matchup. She leads both teams.
Yeah, they're really trying to get Jade Light her touches right now. 4 straight swings in just the last 2 points for her. And a good job there of going cross court.
Played by the Wildcats. Krzyzewski to Carter. Carter found her spot right down the line into the lap of Starr, and Carter gets her 7th.
Much needed for Carter. I mean, she's been affecting the game in other ways, as a star player does, but you know she wants to see that offense come back a little bit, get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Sent away by Simone Sims. Blocked at the net after a big swing from Light, and we are now tied at 19.
Kansas State doing a much better job at defending the outside. This is Jade Light again, and Brianna Schmidt making her presence heard along with Krzyzewski.
5'5" sophomore sends it away from behind the service line. UCDavis had to come all the way up to get it. Joust at the net, kept alive over to the side of Kansas State. Set by Krzyzewski. Stuffed is Schmidt. Carter dug up by Ng. Starr. Utterbach not able to find the zone as she tries to go cross court. Point Kansas State, and they're the first to 20.
Yeah, UCDavis on their heels that entire point. Almost an ace to start, and just numerous swings going their way until they returned it out of bounds.
In the midst of a 3-0 scoring run, Kansas State tries to come back in this one and get the set 3 victory. We'll be back here in just a moment on Big Ten Plus. (20-19) here in set number 3. Kansas State and UCDavis in the second day of the Stacy Clark Classic, and partner, these two teams have been going back and forth here in this one. It's been an exciting matchup.
Right, competitive from the start. You know, UCDavis wanting to prove something to themselves, and Kansas State a bit of a chip on their shoulder after being left out of the NCAA tournament last year. Both teams trying to get their programs to a spot to earn those NCAA bids.
Huge swing from Utterbach, kept alive, back over to Aaliyah Carter. Set by Starr. And Jade Light continuing to excel here in set number 3, her 12th. A double-double for Light, 12 and 10. Tied up at 20 now. Looks like Liz Grigorski is trying to find the wet spot on the floor. There was some slippage going on there during that last point. Seems like they were able to figure it out.
Talking about Jade Light, a 6'2" junior from Slough House, California. She'll have at least one more year of eligibility after this.
So Hayden Bones is going to come in on the substitution to serve. I believe that's going to happen. We'll see here if they can get the substitution. They're going to do it after this first serve here. So Jade Light will be behind the service line with Hayden Bones waiting in the wings. Tied at 20. First to 25. Light sends it away. Krzyzewski sets for Carter. Beautiful dig by Ng, keeping it off the ground. Diersbach just has to get it over. Krzyzewski for Schmidt, and Brenna Schmidt, her 8th kill, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
The offense of Kansas State coming to life here as of late. You saw Carter with an impressive swing that Ng did everything she could to keep it alive. UCDavis scrambling a little bit, and then Kansas State setting up Brianna Schmidt. No time for UCDavis to react to that.
21-20. Huge swing from Schmidt. She goes back to back and gives the Wildcats a 2-point advantage.
When it rains, it pours with Brianna Schmidt, apparently. We've seen her make plays in bunches. It seems like every single time she gets involved, she's making 2, 3 big plays in a row.
We'll see if they go back to Schmidt again. Into the block, Izzy Szulczewski with the solo block, and it's 3 in a row for Kansas State.
Szulczewski doing it on both ends. The team leader in assists with 28 for Kansas State, but doing it on the defensive end for a big point for Kansas State, now just needing 2 to win the set.
23-20. Aaliyah Carter sends it down the line. Utterbach. And that one is going to be a kill for Olivia Utterbach. I was waiting to see the call from the line judge. 23-21 now. So now the ball back in the court of the Aggies. McKenna Morrison to send it. Carter has to keep it alive after a great serve. And that one sails long. Point Aggies, 23-22 now.
UCDavis not done yet. The timeout is called.
So Jason Mansfield wants to talk about it, still with a 1-point advantage, but momentum building for the Aggies. We will come back for the conclusion of set number 3 here on Big Ten Plus. Back inside Holloway Gymnasium, a peek inside of the UCDavis huddle. They've scored the last 2 points, but you take a look there, Kansas State trying to finish this one off and get the set 3 victory and take a 2-1 advantage here in this matchup. Both of these coaches, game faces on, trying to guide their team to victory here. 23-22. Morrison. Krzyzewski down the line. Myers not able to get it, dug out in the back row. Utterbach, and that is good, and we are tied. Olivia Utterbach with her 9th kill of the matchup.
And a big credit to Mia Starr, giving Utterbach some opportunities on the outside, catching Kansas State a little bit vulnerable. Back-to-back kills by Utterbach.
23-20 have to win. 23-23 have to win by 2. A big point here. Krzyzewski, cross court. Dug up. Tapped over, kept alive by UCDavis. Carter out of the back row, keeps it alive. Krzyzewski back to Carter. Dug up out of the back row. Into the block. Carter has to go to the floor to keep it alive. Krzyzewski. Starr keeps it alive, and Jade Light finishes the job. 24-23, Light with her game best 13 kills. And
no one wanted to give an inch there on that point. Just a tremendous rally. And Jade Light finding the hole in the defense there.
Set point here in set 3, 24-23. Krzyzewski to Schmidt. Dug up. And that's gonna find the floor. Reese Diersbach finishes off set number 3, and the Aggies get a 25-23 victory. What an exciting set number 3. This matchup has been all electricity. We will step away for a couple of moments and be back here for set number 4 on Big Ten Plus. set number 4 here in West Lafayette, Indiana. A hotly contested matchup in day 2 of the Stacy Clark Classic. We look at the Big West preseason poll. So UCDavis down there at 7. Both of these teams in their respective conferences then picks to finish 7th this season. I have to disagree with whoever's doing these preseason polls because neither one of these teams look like 7th in their conference.
I got to say the exact same thing. I wonder if UCDavis saw this preseason poll before tonight's game, because this would be a massive win for their program. Only 2 wins against Power 4 schools last year, and to have one already in just their 2nd game would be a phenomenal start to the season for the Aggies.
It'd be a great boost to with the rest of the 2024 season to carry that along, especially if they get down to tournament time and get on that bubble there. We are underway here in set number 4, and Jade Light sends that one long, so point Wildcats.
Feels like it's been a while since we've talked about service errors for UCDavis, and they've had success when they're not making self-inflicted mistakes.
Star sets for Utterbach. Krzyzewski keeps it alive. Williams to Carter. Carter cross court. Ing wasn't able to keep that one up. 8th kill for Aaliyah Carter.
Carter not having her best game. A 0 hit percentage. But there's still plenty of time. We know that she's capable of magic at any point in the game.
Well, and partner, that's what's scary about this Kansas State team as Olivia Utterbach responds. Utterbach with her 10th kill. She now has 10 kills and 8 digs.
Yeah, the Stars going at it here in this last set. Utterbach showing why she was nominated to the preseason All-Big West team.
A must-win set for Kansas State. As McKenna Morrison sends that one away. Morrison sails that one a little high. K-State with a 2-point advantage. Some substitutions here for the Aggies. Ing comes back into the game. Sims sends that one. Star to Utterbach. Utterbach taps it over. Into the net is called from Kansas State, so point Aggies. I do want to note, though, on that last transition, though, the tap from Utterbach over the block. It was a great play, and she was going to get the kill, if not for into the net for the Wildcats. Utterbach now back to serve. Utterbach, 10 kills, does have the 5 attack errors, hitting 162 here. Set for Schmidt, and Schmidt is automatic. When you set her at the net, she finishes. Schmidt with her 9th.
I believe that is her 10th, getting her into double digits on the day, hitting 562 as well with 6 blocks. She's been really the X factor for the Wildcats in this one.
Out of the back row, a massive swing from Jade Light, and K-State can't play it. Possession back to the Aggies, 4-3 early on. Jimena Cordero Barr coming in here. And get her behind the service line. Takes a deep breath and sends it away. Set for Schmidt again. Nice job to keep it up. Finished off by Jade Light. Light again, her 15th.
Light is having a day today. Kind of got caught, not out of position, but she didn't really have anywhere to go but up, and still able to get a tremendous swing out of that. Tie this game up.
15 kills and 2 blocks for Jade Light. Cordero Barr sends that one. Carter has to keep it alive, and K-State just has to get it over. A free ball for the Aggies. And why not keep feeding Jade Light from the outside? Her 16th, leading all players today. A 1-point advantage now for UCDavis.
It's been really the 1-2 punch of Light and Utterbach all night. 27 of the 44 kills for UCDavis.
Well, that's why I question that 7th spot in the preseason ranking with Utterbach and Light, the combination. And you see Aaliyah Carter there coming up the middle and finishing. Carter with her 9th. That's the thing I really like about Aaliyah Carter, as you mentioned, not having the explosive numbers as we've seen from her last night and last season, but she just gets it done in all other aspects, getting on the floor, getting dirty, keeping her team in this game, and then she starts heating up from the offensive position. Utterbach out of the middle. Kept alive. Carter again. Back-to-back for Aaliyah Carter. 6-5 with Carter getting her 10th kill of the game. She now has a double-double.
And credit to Kansas State as a whole and trusting your teammate who's having a little bit of an off night, still calling her number in a really, really tight game with massive implications for the season.
Tapped over, kept alive, jousted the net, won by the Aggies. K-State with the ball. Huge swing and a finish. Breeze Chapinski getting the kill. Chapinski, the 6-foot sophomore from Ramona, California.
And Utterbach a little bit, I feel like she's been targeted a little bit on these swings. Hasn't made a ton of digs this afternoon.
Tapped over by Light. Krzyzewski with the swing, kept alive by Cordero Barr. Utterbach sails it long. 3-point advantage for Kansas State. Dan Connors shouting encouragement from the sidelines, reminding his team, hey, let's go, let's stay in this one, don't lose yourself.
Yeah, UCDavis just seeming a little excited right now, but Kansas State playing very intense, very focused.
Into the block was Light. Aggies still have possession. Another error for the Aggies. 9-5 now as Kansas State is on a 4-0 run. And Dan Connors is going to want to talk about it. K-State rolling here in set 4. They're going to need to have it as they're down 2-1 here on Big Ten Plus. In the midst of a 5-0 run is the Kansas State Wildcats as we take a look at the Big 12 championships since 1996. Take a look there as the top 2 there on that list no longer in the conference. Texas taking their ball and going to the SEC, and Nebraska now a member of the Big Ten.
Right, Texas is the most recent departure, the 2023 national champion and the 1 seed in the NCAA this year. You got to imagine this is an opportunity for Kansas State to reassert themselves amongst the top teams in the Big 12. Now that Big Bad Texas has shipped their talents to the SEC.
Yeah, and the only team to beat the Texas Longhorns last season are the Kansas State Wildcats. As you said, trying to establish their dominance in the realigned Big 12.
You got to say, the conference opens up a lot more with the Longhorns gone.
Well, and Nebraska found a nice home for themselves here in the Big Ten Conference as well, and they've continued their dominance. So it's a great opportunity for Kansas State to do the same in their conference. Williams taps it over, dug out by Utterbach. Down the line to Light, kept alive by Larkin. Krzyzewski to Williams. Ing with the dig. Finished off by Breeze Chapinski. I think Chapinski almost had a smile on her face when she saw that back row open up and saw she had green grass all the way.
A lot of open Terraplex.
And the new Terraflex, by the way, too, here in Holloway Gymnasium. The Boilermakers investing in their volleyball program with this beautiful Terraflex floor. That one off the top of the tape, point Kansas State, they're up 5.
Kansas State knowing what's at stake here, knowing the score, knowing that they lose this set, they lose the game.
Well, yeah,
they're playing like it here.
Well, and if you're UCDavis, you don't want to see set 5. It's a shootout to 15, and you don't want to see that, because what that would mean is Kansas State tied it up, and they have momentum going into that set 5. Big swing, somehow kept alive, but now it's going to hit the floor. Nice job on the outside. Brees Chapinski again with the kill. Starr with her 40th assist. Chapinski with her 2nd kill.
And UCDavis, they were doing a really good job at holding K-State's offense in check. The Wildcats finding a little bit more of a rhythm, and that's why we're seeing UCDavis take a deficit.
That one is going to be finished off there. Liz Grigorski, her 2nd, to go along with 5 digs.
Grigorski got up high on that one, just over the outstretched arms of Allie Caldwell.
Liz Grigorski sends it away, 12-7. Starr, Utterbach, kept up by Larkin. Aaliyah Carter with the finish. Her 11th kill of the matchup, 13-7.
You see there in the replay, the defense shifts a little bit. You see that hole open up in the back row, and Carter spots it and just hammers one down right to where the defense wasn't. She is, I'd say, having her best set so far here in this 4th one.
Dan Connors digging down into his bench. Liz Grigorski with the ace. Only the 3rd service ace of the matchup for the Wildcats, and they bust open a 7-point advantage over the Aggies. We step away for just a moment here on Big Ten Plus. Kansas State blowing open this set number 4. They're in the midst of a 3-0 scoring run, and partner, they currently lead by 7. They're playing very efficiently here in set number 4.
Right, capped off by the ace by Liz Grigorski. All 3 of Kansas State's aces have come from her. I feel like an ace really fires up a team, especially when they're in the midst of a scoring run. And we'll see if they can keep that momentum with them. Grigorski still up to serve.
14-7. Grigorski sends it away. And Grigorski with another service ace. She goes back-to-back on the service aces. An 8-point advantage now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, a bit of a misunderstanding by Cordero Barr there. She thought for sure that that was going to go out of bounds and just watched the ball fly right past her.
Almost another one there as that one set. Kept alive. Down the line, kept up by Shoshevsky. To Carter. Off the top of the block. Starr keeps it up. Shoshevsky to Brown. And Brown sails that one long, 15-8 now.
Definitely not Meg Brown's best game either. Only 3 kills on the night. Had a little bit of inconsistency on the outside with 6 errors.
Breeze Chapinski to send it away, played by Larkin. Williams with the kill, her 9th. Not a name we've said recently, but waking up here is Williams.
No, she was dominant in the early stages of this game. Kansas State fans would be super thrilled to see Jordan Williams have a huge impact in this 4th set.
Williams still hitting at a 389 clip, nine kills, only 2 errors. At the net, a joust at the net, and into the net is Izzy Szolszewski. Point for UCDavis. They're down 7. Gonna have to go on a nice little run here. Might be possibly looking at a set number 5 if UCDavis doesn't put together a run.
It almost feels like we're headed that way, the way these two teams have battled.
McKenna Morrison. Libero back to serve. Set for Schmidt, and it is good. Schmidt with her 11th, lead pushed to 8.
You see Schmidt just rising over Allie Chandler there in the middle. Perfect setup. And when Schmidt, when she gets a ball that is set up perfectly for her, she is dominant here in the middle.
Yeah, good luck at the net. Being able to dig that one up. Cross court, kept up by Larkin. Carter, Aaliyah Carter, her 12th, pushing this lead to 9.
Carter's done that a few times already, sticking on the left side and just going cross court. This time she went right at Julia Ng, and just too fast, too steep of an angle for Ng to react to. A little mean mug from Carter after the fact.
Carter, all energy, all attitude, electric for these Wildcats. Krzyzewski back to Carter. Carter sails that one wide, out of play, 18-10. As UCDavis gets possession back, looking up at a mountain. Victoria Vanos coming in here to serve.
Carter said, "My bad" to her teammates on that one. UCDavis was prepared. They knew Kansas State was going to get Carter another opportunity.
Schmidt blocked, but the ball goes over. A joust at the net. Schmidt again to Carter. Carter taps it over, dug up. Light just has to get it over. Larkin, Schmidt taps it over. Light able to keep it up. Cross court kept alive. Nice rally, Aaliyah Carter. Light out of the back row. Star, Light. Kansas State keeps it up, back to Carter. Carter tests Ng again. Ng digs it up. And a mental mistake at the net from Reese Diersbach, ending that nice rally. 19-10 now, Kansas State.
Yeah, the youth coming out a little bit, just a little, like you said, nothing more than a mental error, just not getting the tip over the net.
Aaliyah Carter back to serve, 19-10. Carter with 12 and 12. Tries to sneak it over. Krzyzewski. Carter finds the range. And the Wildcats are the first to 20 here in set number 4. They lead by 10.
And you saw everybody went to the net when they saw Carter was up. And Carter put it was almost an off-speed swing there. Just out of the outstretched arms of Ng.
Carter, the 5th year. Tapped over, able to be kept alive by Szolszewski. Dug up. Light down the middle. Nice job by Grigorski to keep it up. Light down the middle. Nice job by Larkin. Block at the net, and Mia Starr says that one's mine. 20-11.
This is the defense that we saw from UCDavis in the second set when they were really dominating and stifling Kansas State. They're gonna need that sort of mentality And that sort of play style here, down 9 in set 4.
Jimena Cordero Bar back to serve. Sends it away. Carter not able to finish that one off. A hitting error there for Carter. It's 20-12. Something that you rarely see from Carter.
Carter frustrated with herself there. Back-to-back nights now with double-digit errors.
20-12. Sholshevsky sets Grigorski, and she goes cross court to get the kill and end the little rally from UCDavis, 21-12.
You see Grigorski just getting up. She's been doing it with her serves all night and getting involved with a spike there.
Ella Larkin, not enough on that one. A service error for the Wildcats. Only their 5th of this matchup. They've been really efficient behind the service line.
Right, but that's not something that you need to, that can stick around for Kansas State. At this point in the game, up 8, the only thing that UCDavis needs is self-inflicted errors caused by Kansas State.
But UCDavis is going to have to capitalize and go on a couple nice little runs here. Not going to happen with that. A huge swing from the outside. 22-13 now.
Just 3 points to the big 25 and forcing a set 5 for the Wildcats.
Down the line to Light, Light off the block. Grigorski keeps it alive. Back to Grigorski. Williams wasn't able to keep it off of the ground, 22-14.
Kansas State's been getting Grigorski involved quite a bit here in set 4. That time, UCDavis rotated well to the outside. I believe that was Mia Starr with the block.
Hayden Bones in to serve for UCDavis, 22-14. Bones gets it over. Krzyzewski setting up Williams, and the Wildcats have 2 players in double-figure kills now. Williams with her 10th. (23-14). Liz Grigorski back to serve. Wildcats need the win here in the set to stay alive. Down 2-1. Into the block and out of play. 24-14. And the Kansas State Wildcats will see set point here in set 4.
Yeah, not what we've seen from UCDavis from the rest of the game.
Grigorski to serve. Cordero Bar keeps it up. Tapped over by Light. Larkin keeps it alive. Sholshevsky. Williams with the finisher. 25-14. And partner, we will see a set 5.
Yeah, Kansas State knew what was at stake there and just straight up dominated, doing it in different ways. We saw Williams, you know, she had this last point. We saw Aaliyah Carter get involved quite a bit. Now she's up to 13 kills. 4 players in double figures for kills for Kansas State. And now UCDavis in a bit of a hole here after getting dominated in set 4. Now just a 15-point set in this winner-take-all set.
Well, we will step away for a couple of minutes and we will come back with the ever-important set 5. We're tied at 2 here in West Lafayette. Taking a look at the Boiler block party. The Kansas State Wildcats are going to make them wait just a little bit longer to see their Purdue Boilermakers. But we're going to sit here and watch the finish to an exciting volleyball game.
Yeah, this is where the coaching really comes into play. It's almost a mental game at this point. The fifth set, just a race to 15 points, and it seemed like UCDavis kind of got into their own heads a little bit in set 4 because they just could not really take control of anything in that last set.
Yeah, Kansas State with all of the momentum as they were able to dominate UCDavis in set 4. And now, as my partner said, it's a sprint to 15, win by 2. Who is going to get the victory here in this one? An exciting weekend, and we're only in day 2 of the Stacey Clark Classic here in West Lafayette, Indiana, on the campus of Purdue University. We thank you for joining us here this evening on Big Ten Plus. I'm Craig Combs, he's Gavin Connolly. Let's get a winner. That one sails long, point number 1 to UCDavis.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise there. Grigorski's been the best setter on the court, or the best server on the court, excuse me. And that one just sailed not even close to inbounds. A break for UCDavis.
Yeah, and only the 6th service error of the game for Kansas State. And now Morrison. Nice serve. Krzyzewski to Carter. Off the block and the side out for Kansas State. They get the point.
No surprise, Kansas State immediately setting the ball up to Aaliyah Carter. Just a lot of power on that. Just not much you can do if you're UCDavis there. Did a lot of right things, just kind of a bad deflection. Point to Kansas State.
Jordan Williams now. Ng keeps it up. Down the line. Carter trying to hustle for it. Kansas State's not able to keep it off the floor. A kill for Reese Diersbach, her 6th.
Kansas State doing everything they could to keep that ball alive. Diersbach with a great, great spike there.
Utter back to serve now. 2 aces in the matchup yesterday. Joust at the net. Diersbach keeps it up. Into the net is Kansas State. A 3-1 lead now for UCDavis.
Kansas State's got to settle in. Some self-inflicted wounds here early. And less time to come back in a set 5.
Utter back. Carter keeps it in play. A free ball. A huge swing. Larkin keeps it up. Carter out of the reach of Ng. Aaliyah Carter with her 15th.
And a bit of a wasted opportunity by UCDavis. You said that that UCDavis had a free ball, could not score a kill off of it, and Aaliyah Carter comes back and gets Kansas State to within 1.
Utterbach. Dug out in the back row. Carter off the block. Set again. Diersbach. Diersbach goes long, and we're tied at 3. A couple of swings that Diersbach would like to have back.
Right. I was going to say the same thing. A little bit of inconsistency from Diersbach. We've seen some really nice plays from her and a few team costing plays as well.
Diersbach trying to make up for that one. Larkin digs it up. Krzyzewski to Carter. We're going to say it was touched by Carter off the big swing. Point UCDavis.
You see Mia Starr come out of nowhere and deliver the block that comes back. Gets UCDavis the lead. Mia Starr has been active at the front all night.
Yeah, that's tough because that was a nice swing from Carter and just the reverb off of that, off the block of the Aggies. 4-3. Cordero Barr sends it away. Down the line to Carter. Carter taps it over. Utterbach tries to make the diving save. not able to do so. 16th kill of the matchup for Aaliyah Carter. She's now tied with Light for the high in kills.
You see there on the replay, Aaliyah Carter is known for her super powerful swings, just a little tap off speed.
Over the tape, UCDavis able to play it. Somehow it gets over. Kansas State, Schmidt. Schmidt sails it long. Point UCDavis, and that's surprising because we've seen Schmidt numerous times here in this matchup able to finish it off.
A rare mistake for Schmidt there. Schmidt with 11 kills on 21 attacks, 429. She's been one of the most efficient hitters for Kansas State all night. That time a big miss.
Well, and Jason Mansfield is going to challenge the call and challenge the point. It's 5-4 right now. Mansfield lost his first challenge earlier on in this one. He was perfect yesterday against Purdue. It's 5-4, but we are in set 5. We're only playing to 15, so every point is that much more important.
Right, we've seen Mansfield challenge quite a few of these calls over the past 2 days, and I feel like that sends a good message to your team as a coach. You're willing to challenge a lot of plays that your team feels like is the wrong call. It shows a good message to your team.
As we'll take another look here, a closer look. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Partner, are you seeing anything?
Not really. You got to look for the fingers on her right hand, but from this angle, too blurry really to tell where the ball ends and if her fingers truly move. That doesn't seem like enough evidence.
We're going to get a call here.
Me.
And the call will stand. So Mansfield losing his last 2 challenges. It's 5-4. Set number 5. Julia Ng back to serve. Ng gets it over. Nice dig from Utterbach. Down the line to Light. Light taps it over. Right to Grigorski. Carter down the middle. UCDavis keeps it alive. Shilshevsky down the line, a redirector, finding the open space. We're tied at 5.
Exactly what I was going to say. Shilshevsky kind of came out of nowhere. It was able to alter her body and hit it with the outside of her right hand to get it to dart to the right where there was no one waiting for UCDavis.
Light plays it, Ng sets it. Cordero Barr gets it over. Set for Williams. Utterbach digs it. Back to Light. Off the top of the block. Larkin digs it up. Down the line, tapped over Grigorski. Utterbach, Light. Into the block. Point UCDavis.
I think Light surprised herself a little bit on that one. All smiles. But we've seen her make some big plays. That time, Kansas State was there, just a little bit of a bad break. Jordan Williams frustrated with herself. She let that one get down.
17th kill for Jade Light. Shashevsky, Grigorski, dug up by Ng. Larkin, setting for Shashevsky, able to keep it alive. Utterbach down the line, Light taps it over. Shashevsky, Carter down the middle. What a dig from Mia Starr. Utterbach keeps it alive. Olivia Utterbach, her 12th of the matchup, gives her team a 2-point advantage.
Olivia Utterbach super involved here these last few points. She had a huge dig leading to a UCDavis point a few plays ago, and then now getting the kill off the assist from Ng as well. 7-5 UCDavis, responding well after losing by 11 in set 4.
Mia Starr sends it away. Shashevsky, Grigorski, Ng digs it up. Shashevsky tries to go cross court and sails long. 3-point advantage now for the Aggies.
The hitting errors starting to become a problem for Kansas State, just not as sharp, not as accurate as they were in set 4. And credit to UCDavis, limiting their own mistakes, and they've had some incredible digs as well.
UCDavis first to 8. Now we switch sides. We'll finish this one off. 8-5. We saw Kansas State respond in set 4, a huge set 4. Will they respond here in set 5? Jason Mansfield wants to take a timeout and talk about it in a 3-point game. Who wants it more? We are in set 5 here in the Stacey Clark Classic. 8-5 is the score between Kansas State and UCDavis. What an exciting way to end game 1 here in this 2-game setup we have this afternoon on Big Ten Plus.
It's been back and forth all night. It seems like it's been a game of runs. When one team does something right, they continue that for at least 4 or 5 points. We'll see how that continues. The way this game's played out, I'd expect a Kansas State response as soon as this game gets underway again.
We get set to get back underway here after the switch. After switching sides after UCDavis got the 8th point, they still have possession. A 3-0 scoring run. Mia Starr back to serve. 8-5. And Mia Starr with the ace coming out of the timeout. Not what Kansas State was looking for. A huge opportunity for UCDavis.
And a mistake there by Simone Sims. At the last second, she stuck her arms out. That serve was probably going out of bounds. Simone gives up the ace.
Starr attacks Sims again. Sims able to get that one. Dug up by Ing. Starr, Utterbach. Somehow kept alive by the Wildcats. Utterbach again. Off the hands of Larkin, and Utterbach with her 13th. It's a 5-point advantage now for the Aggies.
They're closing in on 15, but I got to point out what an effort there from Larkin and Shulshevsky, just completely laying out to save the point. Just a little too much mustard on that one from Larkin.
5-0 scoring run. Ended right there by Liz Grigorski, and she's fired up. 10-6.
Grigorski having a very solid game. 5 kills on the night and 4 service aces.
Izzy Shilshevsky back to serve. 10-6. Aggie lead. Set by Starr. Utterbach with the tap. Shilshevsky keeps it alive. Starr. Into the net. Called against Kansas State. 11-6 now. A 5-point advantage for the Aggies. And Kansas State wants to call a timeout and talk about it. They are down 5 here in set 5. A huge mountain to climb if they want to come back and try to get the victory here.
Yeah, and credit to Coach Mansfield for calling the timeout and settling his team down. But UCDavis, I'm very, very impressed with their energy after taking a beating a little bit in set 4, coming out and giving the punch right back to Kansas State.
Yeah, partner, the team that we saw from UCDavis, meaning the team that we saw end set 4, is not the team that we're seeing here in set 5. Whatever Dan Connors said to them in the timeout, motivating them, waking them up to what they're facing here. I mean, UCDavis looking to start the season 2-0, picked to finish in the middle of their conference. They're looking really good here this weekend.
Right. I mean, this tournament gives them huge opportunities between UMBC, Kansas State tonight, and then they'll face Purdue tomorrow. To pick up at least one Power 4 win would be huge for the program.
And I was just getting ready to say that's a possibility. I mean, it's a round-robin situation that we have here in the Stacey Clark Classic, but there's a possibility UCDavis holds on. They start the season 2-0. Boilermakers play here in about 45 minutes to an hour. We might have a 2-0 versus 2-0 tomorrow night in the finale, if you will, in the Stacey Clark Classic.
Should be exciting to find out. We see UCDavis.
As you said, an upcoming schedule. Boilers tomorrow. Back underway, 11-6. Into the block. K-State still has it. Grigorski into the block. Liz Grigorski responding here for the Wildcats in set 5.
And you see her go straight to the huddle with some energy. She's fired up, making a lot of plays for Kansas State tonight. Not the best night from some of the offensive heroes on K-State. Liz Grigorski picking up the slack.
The Appleton, Wisconsin native back to serve. Played by Ing. Star sets it for Utterbach. Olivia Utterbach with the dunk, 15th kill of the matchup. And the Aggies are 3 away, they're up 5.
Substitution now for UCDavis.
McKenna Morrison back in to serve, the Whittier, California native. Big swing. Set for Carter. Dug out in the back row. Star. Finished by the outside. Reese Diersbach. Diersbach 7th. The Aggies are 2 away.
Diersbach's had a great night, and Kansas State just a half-second slow there, especially from Meg Brown. The ball just went right through her hands. And that's all it takes in this sport.
McKenna Morrison again. Nice dig by Grigorski. Carter. And that one is true. That one hits the floor. Aaliyah Carter, her 17th kill.
It's now or never for Kansas State. Down 5 with UCDavis 2 away from the match point.
Need it now. Jordan Williams back to serve. Williams sends it away. Nice dig out of the back row from Light to Diersbach, who sends it wide. And there's one. Kansas State down 4. Liz Grigorski leading the motivation for the Wildcats. After that one, Dan Connors wants to take a timeout and talk about it here with his team down 4. And a big moment here in set number 5. We'll be back with the conclusion of this matchup here on Big Ten Plus. Five-point lead here in set 5 for the Aggies as we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Kansas State Wildcats. Sunday they will play UMBC, and then a tough situation. They will play number 21 USC and then go on the road to play at number 12 Creighton. Lipscomb on September 12th and then UNC on September 15th. Tough roads lie ahead for the Wildcats, an opportunity for them to come back here and get their first victory.
Not an easy start to the year for them at all. 3 ranked teams in their first 5 games. But you know, you got to look at that as an opportunity to build the resume. And so then when tournament time comes, you look back and hopefully there are some wins.
Hoping there's iron sharpening iron is Kansas State. They're going to need it here. 2 in a row, tapped over. Williams digs it up. Krzyzewski to Carter. Carter down the line, and that's 3 in a row for the Wildcats, 13-10. As they are in the midst of a rally, a comeback here in the 5th. And after that kill, that is going to draw a timeout from UCDavis. Excuse me. UCDavis will be challenging the call on the play. Dan Connors thought he might have saw a touch.
Yeah, definitely this situation is a learning opportunity when you have a lot of sophomores, some juniors on the team for UCDavis, playing in these tight games, protecting a lead, especially in the 5th set. You know, there's all these learning curves when you're a younger player, and players like Starr, like Chandler, just to have this experience and have these opportunities, it's going to benefit them in the long run.
Well, and I like the timeout from Dan Connors because it's essentially icing the kicker. You have Kansas State who starts building some momentum. They get 2-3 straight points. They're only down 3 now. If you're Dan Connors, you call the timeout, you stall out that momentum of Kansas State, hoping that your team can come out there and get the last 2 points that you need to finish this one off. Especially
when you have a player like Carter on the other side, you don't want to see her get into a rhythm.
So after the challenge, the call was confirmed, so point Kansas State there in the midst of a 3-0 rally. They're going to need a couple more here as they're down 3. Here in set 5, we play to 15, win by 2. Jordan Williams back to serve. Ing digs it out to Diersbach, cross court. Williams digs it out. Carter into the block. Carter stays with it. Utterbach not able to put it down. Aaliyah Carter! 4 in a row, 13-11.
Turning it up when it matters most. 19 kills, getting that efficiency up as well. Aaliyah Carter built for this moment.
Jordan Williams sends it away. Close to an ace there. Utterbach, cross court, 5 in a row. 13-12. The Kansas State Wildcats just will not go away. 5 straight points, 13-12. Connors takes a timeout. Now he takes the timeout. Now he wants to talk about it. What does he say to his team here to try to get them back in the mental state to get these last 2 points?
And a smart timeout for sure. I think that UCDavis is doing too much. So I think this is more of like a settle down timeout and just reminding them to get back to what they need to do. What was working against Kansas State earlier. We've seen UCDavis, not that they're intimidated, but clearly they know what's at stake when they're out there. And it just seems like they're trying to do a little too much, trying to force things that aren't there. And I'm sure Coach is going to reinforce that.
It's the snowball effect, right? So the snowball starts out small, but the more that it rolls down that hill, it starts getting bigger and bigger before it gets to the bottom of the hill and destroys everything at the bottom. That's how Kansas State is right now. They were down. They've been struggling here in set 5. UCDavis has been in control. Now here in the worst possible moment for UCDavis, K-State starts going on this run, starts getting this momentum, and it's a struggle. I know you say, like, you want to try to stop the bleeding, you want to try to stop the movement, but the way Kansas State's playing right now, we'll have to see what UCDavis can do to stop this momentum.
And it almost feels like Kansas State is in the lead. You forget that UCDavis is the one up by 1.
Right now, yeah. 13-12. Jordan Williams sends it away. And Williams with the service error out of the timeout. Only the 6th service error of the game for Kansas State, and now UCDavis sees match point, and who else? Olivia Utterbach to send it away. Krzyzewski. Utterbach keeps it alive. Starr. Diersbach. Carter gets it over. Light. Kept alive. What a dig by Larkin. Down the line to Diersbach. Off the block. Dug up by Larkin. Aaliyah Carter. Can someone get there? Davis does. Gets the ball over. Larkin. Krzyzewski. Carter taps it over. Oh my goodness. Aaliyah Carter with the tap. It's 14-13.
Look at the fight in both of those teams. UCDavis at first running a little bit of a fake to get an opportunity for Utterbach, and then Kansas State responding, thought they had the point originally. UCDavis doing everything they could to keep it alive, and Aaliyah Carter, who else, getting the kill.
Simone Sims sends it away, and Sims with the service error gives the UCDavis Aggies the 15-13 5-set victory here at Holloway.
Wow, a brutal and a quick ending. Not just a moment after Kansas State cut it to 1, a service error ends the game for them as they fall to 0-2. But a crushing way, as Kansas State had so much momentum. The last 2 points that UCDavis scored were off of service errors, and they pick up the much anticipated Power 4 win.
So Kansas State falls to 0-2, UCDavis 2-0 in this early season. We want to thank you for joining us here in Game 1 of the Stacey Clark Classic. For my broadcast partner, Gavin Connolly, I'm Craig Combs. Boilermakers coming up here in Game 2 on the Big Ten Plus.